Welcome back for match 2. We are on the draw. Got a fairly good hand, going to keep and see what we're up against this time. Let's see. Not a lot of information there. I think we're gonna start with a bubble on ourselves to see what we want to do. If we want to score ourselves or fetch or just sleight of hand. Azerum Visions. I think we have enough cantrips by now. So I think I'm gonna fetch a hallowed fountain here and use a sleight of hand, since we really wanna get some digging going, and I rather use the sleight of hand now and leave the sword score for potential turns where we want to leave deprive open and use sword score if we don't have to deprive and stuff like that. So I'd rather get the selective sorcery cantrips out of the way first. Plus we know a couple things that we want to dig for, specifically a threat, so as long as we know what we're looking for, makes sense to use the selective cantrips to find what we're looking for. Alright. Hallowed Fountain, Sleight of Hand. Let's see what we get. Pass to Exile. I think given that we have no removal and that we likely need one against almost any deck in the format, I'm inclined to take the pass over another unselective cantrip that we kind of have enough already, so we're already dawdling a lot, so better get some answers in our hand as well. Alright, let's see what our bubble gives us. More land, that's okay. Not great, but the third land is still fine, especially with a Snapcaster in hand. Spreading Seas. Now the land is even more relevant. And especially if we draw lingering souls. So I think, honestly, don't know right now what he's playing. Like, blue-black into Spreading Seas is a bit weird. But we'll see. We'll sleight of hand first. See what we find. If we find a Tassigor, we can even like Flooded Strand, Godless Shrine into Tassigor, for example. Otherwise we might just play a tapped Watery Grave. We'll see. That is awkward. I'm gonna take that and play that to fetch a basic island, most likely into Sword Score, or just end of turn Godless Shrine. Not quite sure yet. So Esper with Spreading Seas. Alright. I think Godless Shrine is probably the best plan, so we can Lingering Souls next turn without taking unnecessary damage. I mean, he's likely a control deck, but still. Don't need to kill ourselves for no reason. Alright, Thoughtseize, welcome. Disruption for sure. But I think for now we want to just go with Lingering Souls. Okay, got some lingering results going. Yeah, seems like it's just some kind of Esper control that plays some Spreading Seas main deck to not get beaten too hard by the Tron decks, as it seems. Okay, so gonna play that untapped. Thoughtseize our opponent. See what he's up to. And to clear the path for a Gurmag Angler. Negate. Interesting. Alright. So the question is, do I wanna angler here or just like try to snapcaster Thoughtseize to see what we're up against? I think I kind of like Gurmag Angler with Deprive backup here. We don't know what he has, how much he has of what he has. So better to just go for the tempo efficient disruption rather than the discard. That leaves him the option to drop whatever he might be playing on us. I think that's a better course of action against a more or less unknown deck. Now we can end of turn Sword Score. It's also nice that Deprive lets us rebuy our Hallowed Fountain and kill the Spreading Seas, which might actually be relevant. Okay, so Mishra's Bubble. Let's see what he's drawing next turn. Mana Leak. Nothing we wouldn't expect to be in his deck to begin with, so no surprise. Pass to Exile. Do I care? I don't think I do. Rather keep the Deprive for more impactful stuff that might blow us out and beat down him a little slower. Plus we can now flash back our Lingering Souls without risk of overextending too much into a potential Supreme Verdict, now that our Angler is gone. Do I want to stop that? I don't think I do. We just let him like waste his time on stuff like Esper Charm and try to fight back with Deprive when he tries to like fight back against our tokens. I think to put him in like the worst possible spot. Drawing all these removal is not exactly what we want in this matchup, but okay. Let's attack first. And potentially post-combat Snapcaster Thoughtseize. I think that seems like a solid option. Yeah, I think I'd rather use this, because if Snapcaster doesn't resolve, we can Zero Vision still and have Deprive open, which is kind of what we want. Thoughtseize. And I kinda doubt we're gonna have to instant speed pass or fatal push here. Yeah, I think I don't wanna fight back against this, simply because he can easily fight back with like a Cryptic and then play something powerful next turn. While if we just don't fight back, if he tries to do something proactive, we can Deprive it, and he likely will have a hard time protecting it from Deprive. Or at least a harder time, because then He needs something like a spell snare. There's Ras. At least now he can't cryptic. So let's see what he has to protect. And it's Ras, not Verdict, which is good. And he doesn't have a way to stop it. So all according to plan. Exactly as intended. And I am fairly positive actually that he has a cryptic command in his hand. Would be surprised if not. Shadow of Doubt, interesting. Let's see what we get. Not a whole lot. Guess I'll leave the Sword Score on top. Because ultimately it is better than drawing a random card because it might mill us another lingering results. And it lets us use our mana end of turn that we have left. Now he's on 3. Let's hope he doesn't have another way to clear our board. And then we are in decent shape. He is digging real hard. Went through all 4 Esper charms. There's our Sword Score. And our opponent is dead. What is going on? I'll try to figure out how to get to sideboarding because somehow Magic Online is bugging out. Well, I just relogged and it actually seems that, yeah, our opponent just seems to have conceded the entire match for some reason. So I guess that was kind of a short match. Still, stay tuned for the third match though in a moment.